Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the debut premiere episode of a new series here on the channel called Beyond the Disc. This is a series that is meant to celebrate the DVDs and Blu-rays, but not just the content on them, but basically the whole packaging, right? Basically the look of the packaging itself, the cover art, whatever slipcase it comes in, also the art of the menus and the presentation of all the special features and all that, because that is something that is going to be purely missed if physical media was ever to go away, which is unfortunate. We've heard all the news and the stories about big retailers doing away with physical media like Walmart and Best Buy, and I believe Target's to follow. A big shout out to Barnes & Noble, who says that they're still going to continue supporting physical media, which is awesome. Those are the things that we tend to overlook, especially when you buy movies online for streaming and everything like that. Yes, you will have special features available, but sometimes you have to dig and look for them as added bonuses to when you purchase a movie online when you buy it to own. And then when you sometimes stream on a regular platform like Netflix or Max, Amazon, those special features are usually not included. Disney Plus, sometimes they don't include all the special features from all the Marvel movies. So that is something that's purely in this. But in physical media, you have all that stuff, and this series is to highlight a lot of those things. And like I said, more to highlight the presentation, the appreciation of the menu screens, the packaging and all that stuff, to kind of chronicle how well these things are put together and all that. So what better way to start off the series than going through the recent release of the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray of Barbie. As you can see, because it is Warner Brothers, they have this special 100 years Warner Brothers logo celebrating every story, as it says. All the recent Warner Brothers releases and re-releases and things that they're putting out now include this logo to kind of help commemorate this milestone in Warner Brothers history. I love this art here, the packaging of the art here, because it's done up in the best way possible for Barbie, right? Everything is kind of like glittered, shiny. You have a different cover art than what you're used to, especially if you got the regular Blu-ray. These are the scenes. These are the Ken and Barbie we saw in the dance scene and earlier in the movie. Which is awesome. It's shiny, so you may be getting some reflection on the video here, so I apologize about that. Plus, because it is kind of shiny, it has a tendency to get those fingerprint marks and smudges and all that, so that kind of sucks. If we spin it around, we get some highlights and some scenes from the DVD and from the movie itself. Nice little taglines about she's having the best day ever and a little synopsis. It says this includes 6 Barbie-tastic featurettes as far as features are concerned. Of course, this comes with a digital movie code, and this could be added to your Movies Anywhere account so that can go and travel with you wherever you go, as long as you have the app and all that. One thing to note here is that this comes with the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and the digital code, but no regular DVD this time around. Some of these type of releases usually have a tendency to come with the extra DVD, just a regular DVD. So usually it's like a three-pronged attack thing, where it's like you have your Blu-ray, you have your DVD, and then you have your digital code. For this particular release, there's no DVD included. So we're just dealing now with just a 4K Ultra Blu-ray and the digital code. So we'll take out this slipcover here. And what's great about it is that you can see the cover art on the case itself does match the slipcover. Sometimes it's different, sometimes it's reversed. Usually this will contain the just regular generic cover that you may see in the regular Blu-ray or for the DVD, but I do like the fact that they kind of match this slipcover, the slipcase and all that. And same thing with the back on this. You get the same kind of features as you see like on the slipcase and all that. So if for whatever reason you lose this or this gets badly damaged, at least you'll still have the same artwork here for your regular case there. So without further ado, let's do the fun part. And let's open this bad boy up, shall we? So this is always the fun part whenever you get any kind of new DVD or game or whatever the case is. You get to open it up and really enjoy and all that stuff like that. So let us tear this bad boy open. All right, I will discard of this. All right, so let's open it up. There we go. All right, so I am not going to show you, obviously for reasons, the digital code, because I may be holding a little contest that I will mention later on in the channel. If you want to get yourself a digital code of Barbie, maybe I can hold a little contest there. But as for the disc itself, as you could see, really bare minimum here. You have the disc, the Blu-ray disc, and it is all in pink. Got the Barbie movie logo there, which is kind of see-through, which is kind of cool. I like that effect. Yeah, and the 4K Ultra movie is on here, and all the special features are on here as well. And this is really neat. You don't really get to see this a lot, where basically you get to see through the backside of the Blu-ray, which is kind of neat and cool like that. So it's kind of a nice little effect that they have going on here. But like I said, this is kind of a bare bones release. Normally, like on this side, there would be the regular DVD or the regular Blu-ray that will contain all the featurettes and all that stuff like that. But everything is contained in this one particular disc this time around. And of course, you got your digital code here and all that. So all that said, let's pop this bad boy in and let's check out some of the menus and stuff, shall we? All right. Let's head on over there. But before we do that, I want to take some time to talk about today's channel partner, Surfshark. So happy to have Surfshark on board as one of the affiliate partners for the Low Key Geek channel here. If you're in the market for a new VPN, I highly recommend a company like Surfshark. And trust me, I've tried all of the VPNs out there, and by far Surfshark is the #1 clear-cut winner for me because of many reasons. Yes, of course, it gives you great protection and security protection while you're browsing the internet, especially when you travel and you're in other countries or other states, and you want to make sure your browsing data is, fully secured and no one is like spying in on you or stealing some of your stuff that you're transmitting online. What I mainly use Surfshark for is for unlocking the streaming services that I already pay for. There's no better feeling in knowing that you can get more out of your streaming services by accessing content that is not necessarily readily available for you in your region. What do I mean by that? Well, a great example is that recently I wanted to check out some movies off of Hulu, but I don't subscribe to Hulu. But I found out that in the UK, Hulu movies are shown on Disney Plus. So all I had to do was connect to the UK server there through Surfshark. And then once I was connected, I just logged into Disney Plus and bam, Hulu movies were available and I was able to enjoy it without any issues with quality due to speed, because everything was playing perfectly and the audio was coming in crisp and all that. It's as if I was just watching it normally through my normal internet connection. But the main reason why Surfshark is by far the best is because it is the cheapest out there. And I can't stress that enough, where, we're all trying to save money here. And with all the stuff that we pay for on a monthly basis, the last thing we need is to add on an additional high monthly payment to our bills, and Surfshark will not hurt your wallet at all. As a matter of fact, if you scan that QR code you see on the screen right now, or you check out the link in the description of this video, you'll find out how you can get Surfshark for 85% off plus 2 additional months for free. Again, I can't speak highly enough about it, and I'm so glad I came across them, and I'm so glad that they decided to partner up with us here. So again, if you are in the market for a VPN, or maybe now you're more interested more so now to check them out for the first time, scan the QR code you see on the screen right now, or check out the link in the description and find out how you can get 85% off plus 2 months for free. Again, thank you so much, and if you do try Surfshark out, let me know what you thought about them when you do, and let me know your thoughts about the service in the comments of this video. All right, so as we wait for this disc to load up, I am using my Xbox Series X to play this disc. I don't have a dedicated Blu-ray player. So, but you know, with these game consoles and all that stuff like that, it's so easy to play these movies and support these movies. So there's really no necessary need to kind of get yourself a separate player, unless you wanted to really focus on kind of like the special like audio features and video features, and just have a dedicated player that can do all of that stuff there for you. Plus, you know, if you remember, a lot of DVDs, they have like internet connectivity and everything. So, I mean, especially if you're not a gamer, then you definitely will probably end up getting one of those things, right? So, but here we are with the menu, which is surprisingly very plain Jane, to be honest with you. You just have the Barbie logo there, and you have Ken and Barbie, just like you've seen like in the movie posters and all that. But surprisingly, there's no special animation, no scenes from movies playing around. When you go through all the different selections here, you hear a sound, but nothing really particularly special. So let's just go into scene selections. And again, it just seems like I feel like I am back in the original days of DVDs, where this is like a very old school menu system, right? Oops. Let's get out of that. You know, which is like kind of unusual, to be honest. Let's go into audio. Here in audio, you just can choose Dolby Atmos, 5.1, Dolby Digital, descriptive audio, which it's funny, if you've never done descriptive audio before and you have it selected, it's very interesting, because I remember one time I was watching an episode of Obi-Wan when that was coming out for the first time on Disney Plus with a friend of mine, and we didn't realize, or there was some bug where it defaulted to English descriptive audio, and you really hear somebody describing the actions of the people on screen. You know, like for a case like Obi-Wan's like, he takes a deep breath, or now he paces back and forth, like that. It's just so weird. We're like, what's happening? Where is this coming from? Especially when the credits play in the beginning, they'll be like, and now the Obi-Wan logo is shown on the screen. And it's just like really, really funny and all that. And then you go to subtitles, and obviously you have your usual selections here. A huge support of various languages here, which is pretty neat. Just like in audio form, you have French and Italian and Spanish. So obviously, like I mentioned before, the main important thing about Blu-ray physical media are the special features, right? So let's see what we have here for special features. We have 6. So we have It's a Weird World, All-Star Barbie Party, Musical Make-Believe, Becoming Barbie, Welcome to Barbie Land, and Playing Dress Up, an extended look at the costumes of Barbie. So let's take a look at the first one. Yeah, so what you're getting here is pretty much just, the usual behind-the-scenes video featurette that we normally would get. So, usual stuff, nothing too out of the ordinary. You get to hear some of the creators talking about the making of Barbie and all that, which is pretty cool. So we'll go back to the disc menu here. All-Star Barbie Party. Let's see what that's all about. So this is like a full-on featurette that basically goes over about the cast. All the different characters and casts that they have involved in the movie and everything. So again, really great stuff to learn, especially for those of you who are huge fans of the movie and you just want to hear more about the insights. So really cool. Now next is Musical Make Believe, and I have a feeling this is going to talk a lot about the music featured in the movie, especially like the dance scenes and the musical scenes, which is pretty cool, especially like with Just Ken and the dance off. It's just fantastic. So just learning about that stuff, or the dance party, it just looks like so much fun to learn about that stuff. So very cool. Yeah, so as you could see, you get a lot of like insights on the choreography and everything. So really cool stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to be going through everything in particular because, that would be a problem with copyright and I don't want to get this video flagged or whatever the case is. So just going, through all the simple stuff. So Becoming Barbie. So this is pretty much a featurette that goes over all the different types of Barbie and the making of all the different variations of Barbie. Margot talks about being kind of like the original OG Barbie, and then they're going to talk about all the other Barbies that she encounters or that she hangs out with and everything. So, that's a pretty cool featurette there. Next, we got Welcome to Barbie Land, and something tells me this has to do with creating the world of Barbie Land, that whole universe with all the houses, the streets, all the cars and the costumes and all that stuff. And it's funny because after seeing a couple of these things, it does kind of feel like they're all the same. And it just maybe some, different narrative and different kind of descriptions and different interviews. But a lot of them just on the surface look pretty much all the same as far as featurettes are concerned, so. But the more you watch them, the more you see that, each thing does focus on a different aspect of the movie. Lastly, we got Playing Dress Up. And this is basically a featurette that talks about all the different costumes featured in the movie with all the Barbies, with the Kens, with your Alan, and all that. So for all you costume designers or aspiring costume designers and fashionistas and all that, this is going to be like the perfect featurette for you to learn more about all of those things. So as I'm just having the movie play out just a little bit here, I'm just trying to see if there's any special things that happen here, any added features or experiences as you're watching the movie itself, and it doesn't seem like it. A little disappointing that there isn't any kind of commentary. And I have my thoughts on why that may be the case as well. So let us quit out of this movie and let me do my closing thoughts. So I'm going to be pretty much straightforward and honest with you. This is a pretty dull and lackluster DVD release. Like I mentioned, the menu itself is very bland. I just feel like this was a rush job, to be honest with you. They didn't want to put too much focus on any of the presentation as far as the menus are concerned. I remember that the heyday of physical media, there would be a lot of attention paid to really display what's going on when you pop the DVD in, special loading screens, special, kind of little, animations and cool little transitions. And sometimes you'll even hear snippets of the movie or scenes play out in front of you. Here, we just got a damn logo that pretty much shows up on the whole screen, and it's very boring. Like I said, it's like a throwback to the early days of DVD. So that's very disappointing. I just feel like they were rushing to get this out. It's already been out on digital, so they just want to make sure that they got a physical version of the movie out and released, so that those who still support physical media and maybe also in time for the holidays, it'll make as a great gift for those who are planning to buy this for others and all that. So that's a little unfortunate. The lack of commentary, I think that has strictly to do with the strikes, with the writer's strikes, the SAG strikes, the SAG-AFTRA strikes. I don't know when they started to put this DVD together, but it could also have been around the same time when the DGA was negotiating for their contracts with the AMPTP. So that could be another reason as to why maybe Greta wasn't available to do an audio commentary or whatever the case is. And obviously because Margot and any of the other cast just were not available for any kind of commentary to add to this DVD release, Blu-ray release. So that in itself is also very unfortunate, But yeah, I just think, this is just a great example of a rush job. A rush job within a time where there is restrictions in Hollywood and talent to be available to work on stuff like this. In other DVD releases, usually you'll have some sort of commentary, whether it's from the director, the writer, maybe an actor or two, or who knows, maybe this is also a case of what's to come. If there's going to be a lack of support for physical media, then what's the point in putting a lot of effort into the menus, into transitions, into bonus features, commentary tracks? I guess what is the point in adding all that stuff if this is eventually to be faded away and phased out? Which again in itself is unfortunate and sad. So there it is. That is it's kind of unfortunate too for a premiere debut episode of Beyond the Disc here, for a lackluster release of a Blu-ray, of a DVD. But at the end of the day, it's just nice to have this on physical media, and it's just nice to be able to say that I own the movie without any restrictions to service or whatever the case is. And whenever I feel the need to pop it in, I could pop it in and watch it anytime. Especially like, let's say my internet goes out for whatever reason, or a service goes out, or whatever the case is, at least I always have it readily available. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Obviously, if you liked what you see, it would be really great of you to hit that like button, to help with the algorithm and help support the channel, and kind of get this video out to as many eyes as possible. For future episodes, I will be digging into my library of DVDs from the past, Blu-rays from the past, and all that, and you'll really get to see the difference of how presentation plays a huge role in a lot of these DVD and physical media releases and all that. I may even go back to some of the special collector's editions, to do comparisons of what they were back then to some of the special editions of the same type of movies that they have now. So, that'll be a lot of fun to kind of go back in time and see a lot of that stuff. As someone who still supports physical media, or tries to at least, it's something that I cherish, that I have my own library of movies, kind of like, a lot of you who are into collecting vinyl, and having, your vinyl with music and albums that you really cherish and love. I am the same way when it comes to movies, and I know there are a lot of you out there. So hopefully you'll join me in on this venture and kind of journey of, Blu-ray and DVD presentations, and just in the overall appreciation for the art beyond the disc. So with that being said, stay cool, stay classy, stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right. Physical media forever, y'all. Bye-bye.